Welcome. My name is David Arnold, and I serve as the Assistant Vice President for Health, Safety, and Wellbeing Initiatives with NASPA. On behalf of NASPA, CADE, and the HCM, we are excited to bring you this video series where we provide some guidance on how to take your prevention and health promotion efforts to an online and digital space. We hope that these videos can help provide you with both tactical and strategic guidance as you consider what initiatives you have that you would typically use in a physical on-campus environment that you now have to transition to an online social environment. The guidance in these videos is designed to help you as best as possible, but we know that we're not going to be able to cover every instance of things that are going on in your campuses. If there's another way that we can help you be successful, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or any member of this team so that we can help you be as successful as possible. Thank you so much and enjoy these videos. To begin our conversation about moving programs online, we need to start by understanding what our programs are and how evidence-based programs and strategies have been designed for physical environments. My name is David Arnold. I serve as the Assistant Vice President for Health, Safety, and Wellbeing Initiatives, and I'll be leading this conversation on strategically using evidence-based programs. Many of you are already familiar with evidence-based programs, which are designed and tested using an assigned control group to be sure that the programs themselves were responsible for effective behavior change. They are then brought out into multiple sites through translation to a practical model, which can be replicated. Replication in particular is important because it ensures that there will be a return on investment when an institution selects a strategy for implementation. If done as designed, every evidence-based program will consistently deliver the same outcomes for the environment in which it was tested in. In 2002, the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism developed a typology for available alcohol prevention strategies as they began to encourage campuses to consider evidence-based programs. I've adapted that typology for today's conversation. Tier 1 represents those tactics which have been studied within college environments and have been found to be effective. Tier 2 are strategies which work in other environments, perhaps K through 12, but haven't been researched specifically for college students. Tier 3 are those programs which are promising and based on a strong foundation or theoretical framework. And finally, Tier 4 strategies are those which do not work and, in some cases, may be harmful. We'll start our conversation with Tier 4 strategies. Because these don't work, we do not want to implement these programs in an online space. One example is the hosting of a crash car involved in an alcohol-related fatality. This program can increase risk behaviors among those who already have drinking and driving behaviors and does very little for other populations or other students. It is squarely a Tier 4 strategy, but it's not the only one. While you certainly wouldn't be able to replicate a crash car online, another Tier 4 strategy, which is commonly implemented on campuses, is providing psychoeducational information without any other strategy in place. This is often called education alone. This is a strategy that folks might consider moving online because of how easy it would be. But despite it being simple, we need to commit to keep our programs and strategies evidence-based. So scanning in brochures to email to students without any accompanying strategy should be avoided right now. Simply put, Tier 4 strategies do not work, and even if they're really easy to do, we should avoid them as we consider what programs we move to an online or digital space. That leaves us with what we know works and what we think should work. Now we have to consider the different environment we're going to be moving into as we transition programs and initiatives from a traditionally physical space into an online space. Consider the differences associated with physical and online environments. Both are variable. Residence halls are very different from unions. Message boards are very different from Instagram. But one is known and comfortable, and online spaces are new and can be a lot more complicated. Physical environments also allow and encourage real-time interaction, constant feedback, and engagement from our audiences, whereas online interaction can be more asynchronous and lacks the feedback to know if messages are really clicking with our audiences. Finally, and very critically to evidence-based programs, Physical environments allow us to be more consistent for programs that were designed for in-person spaces. This means a lot, as we have to consider what we can and what we cannot do online. Because our tier 1 strategies are almost exclusively designed with the physical environment in mind, we cannot rely on these programs and practices as the only thing that we use moving forward in the design of our prevention and health promotion practices when we move into online and digital spaces. That doesn't mean all is lost. These programs still exist, but we'll need to adapt them for an online space, which turns them essentially into tier 2 strategies. We started with evidence-based programs that work with college students in a physical environment, but we're just not sure if they're going to work online. Part of this process will be navigating some of our own discomfort as prevention and health promotion practitioners and administrators as we implement strategies that are going to be in tier 2 and tier 3 typologies. We have to know right now that everything we're trying may not work, and we have to be ready to set up checkpoints where we can ensure that programs are delivering on our desired outcomes as we test them out in online spaces. In addition, we have to consider the ways in which our program may be working. What you see here is called the socioecological model. This is a framework that that predicts that individuals are impacted by many things that are part of their lives. That includes family or friends that they have, the organizations and groups that they're part of, their communities, which is where institutions of higher education like ours end up falling, and then about a broader society which passes rules, mores, and policies that impact individuals. And as we consider moving our strategies to an online space, we have to be critical in considering which part of the socioecological model we're attempting to change in order to influence the individual behavior. Some physically based environmental strategies that would impact our community are just not going to be relevant anymore. For example, if we extended our recreation center hours to provide an alcohol-free alternative, that's no longer going to be relevant. But other strategies are going to be even more important than they used to be. Not making online tests or assignments due at midnight in order to encourage healthy sleep hygiene should be something that we're considering now more than ever. As you consider your specific tactics on campus, here are some guiding considerations to move forward with. Are we already talking about a program that delivers on its outcomes? If not, this may not be the best use of your energy or the best investment for a campus to put into adaptation. In order to faithfully adapt a program, we have to be sure that we can deliver on its key ingredients in different environments. For example, if we were adapting the brief alcohol screening and intervention for college students program, would you be able to complete a 30-day timeline follow-back online with a client? If not, this may not be appropriate for adaptation based on your current capacities. Speaking of capacities, has your institution provided you with the training and technical capacity to make an adaptation happen? If not, we're not going to be successful in adaptation. So we need to probably avoid that program as well. And finally, because almost everything we're doing is an adaptation, do we have a plan to measure success? Adaptation can be incredibly tricky, and unless we have some checkpoints in place to make sure that we're reaching our desired outcomes and have an attitude and plan in place for regular quality improvement, we won't be successful in adapting a program into an online space. I hope you found this short video helpful in navigating the strategic use of an evidence-based program into an online environment. Follow-up videos from the Health, Safety, and Wellbeing team will cover the specific tactics for directors of health promotion, prevention practitioners, peer educators, and others as we all navigate together moving from a physical environment to a digital and online space. Thank you very much.